Yeah, because I feel like us women especially, we don't really see ourselves for like how beautiful we are or like how good we look. So I feel like I can't see like a woman looking good and not say, oh my God, you look amazing, or I love that top on you, I love this on you. I feel like we should just all be like that.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, to Tech Club, the ongoing. This is Digital Voices.
You know, just being vulnerable with my audience, doing like inclusive content. No one's going to be perfect, but as long as like you actually want to try and cater to everyone.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Creative Behind the Influence. I'm Jennifer Adatoro, Senior Creative Strategist here at Digital Voices. And today I'm joined by the wonderful Debbie Crown. So you recently reached, I want to say 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you're also across Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Tell us a bit about your journey and how you started.
Well, I started as a trio on another channel.
Oh, okay.
So two of my friends in uni.
Nice.
And we just had like a channel that was random, just different topics, story times, pranks, just different things.
Yeah.
And it was just like a way for us to, I don't know, spend time together, bond, whatever. Obviously went our separate ways, and then I started my own channel, and it took me a while to find what I wanted my niche to be. But then I found like, you know, just being vulnerable with my audience, doing like inclusive content, vlogs, just like focusing on that like personal side.
Yeah.
That was like what I wanted my niche to be. So yeah, it took me a while to find that, but yeah, now I'm happy.
So how would you sort of describe your content in one sentence to someone who may be completely unfamiliar?
I usually just say fashion and lifestyle to people whenever they ask what I do, because that is pretty much like what you think about when you think of me or my channel, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the sort of inclusive fashion that you do. Tell us a bit more about that and how that started, because I think that's really, really cool. And to me, like one of the sort of like most interesting pieces about your content, because I don't see anyone doing that kind of thing.
Oh, thank you. So how it started was actually my friend, she had like a collaboration with Fashion Nova, and I was like, oh my God, I love all the stuff you picked. I want to have the same stuff. And Fashion Nova was just like, okay, pitch to us how you would like do the collaboration if we brought you onto it. I was like, we're different sizes, so why don't we just like get the exact same things and just try it on so people can see how it looks on two different body shapes and sizes. And then I did that one, and the comment is what made me continue doing it, because people saying things like, oh, I thought you had to be like stick thin to wear this, oh wow, like you showing like your fupa and stuff makes me feel so confident. And like those comments, I was just like, okay, I'm doing this. So then I approached Pretty Little Thing, and they were down to do it, and then just went from there. Okay,
so you were approaching the brands first before doing it?
No, like the first time it was just my friend that was doing like an Instagram collaboration, and I just really liked what she picked for her collaboration. So yeah, then when I approached Pretty Little Thing, then other brands just started approaching me.
Oh right, okay, cool. And so how have your audience sort of responded to the content that you produce? Because when I watch it, I love how you also affirm each other, like when, say, a certain outfit is not flattering on a certain body shape, because obviously the product is a bit like, it shows that it's not as inclusive as it should be. I love how you guys are still like picking each other up and affirming each other and just throwing out like really nice compliments.
Yeah, because I feel like us women especially, we don't really see ourselves for like how beautiful we are or like how good we look. So I feel like I can't see like a woman looking good and not say, oh my God, you look amazing, or I love that top on you, I love this on you. I feel like we should just all be like that.
Yeah.
You
know?
So
how have you also found like your audience respond to that as well?
I feel like it builds up their confidence a lot. Like people DM me, I would have never tried to wear this, but seeing it on like a size 24 and like how good she looked, that's giving me the confidence to, you know, try new things. Even me as well, like starting to do these videos made me so much more confident, just because of like the comments I would get from my audience, and then obviously us like the people in the videos, like the models or whatever, us telling each other like how good we looked and stuff. It just built my confidence as well. I just love it that like it's like a little community of all of us just like building each other's confidence and just trying to see ourselves for how we really look, you know, and not like the whole body dysmorphia and all of that, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely really, really important.
Yeah.
Is there a reason also why you gravitate more towards like high street brands like Fashion Nova, PLT? Is it because it's more accessible and affordable?
Yeah, that's literally it. And also, I feel like more expensive brands, they don't really do like the size 24s and size 26 and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's not as inclusive, you know? So yeah, and it's like a lot of students watch me, single moms, like, you know, people that just don't have that money to go and spend on like more expensive brands, so, you know.
Yeah. So I know you kind of touched about like, you know, more, I guess, expensive sort of brands. Have you seen any difference or change in inclusivity within the fashion industry as a whole? Do you think it's still, like, especially compared to when you first started doing the videos, or do you still like it's still got a long way to go?
Still got a long way to go, but I do see improvements, especially with like the fast fashion as well. And because I speak directly to the brands, like you can see that they're actually trying.
Yeah.
And like it helps them change. Like the videos help them change. They actually listen to our critique, and you can just tell when you get like the next batch of orders and stuff. And then obviously from comments from my followers as well, you can see that they are trying. I know no one's going to be perfect. It's like no business, you know, but as long as like you actually want to try and like cater to everyone, that's the most important thing, I think.
What would you like to see from other creators or peers in, you know, the influencer industry who also do fashion and lifestyle, in terms of how, I guess, they address inclusivity and speak about inclusivity in their content?
Do you know what? I'm one of those people that I don't look to like influencers or anything to, you know, comment on a specific topic or like contribute to inclusivity or whatever, because I do understand how difficult it is. Like people see influencers as like, I don't know, these people that are supposed to be perfect all the time, but they have their own insecurities. They have their own battles that they're fighting. So I actually don't look to them to add anything. I can only do what I can do as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that goes for a lot of things as well, like, when talking about stuff. What specific changes would you like to see? I know we kind of touched on this a bit earlier, but in the industry as a whole, when it comes to like body representation, inclusivity, that also could extend to, you know, skin tone, appearance, in the fashion industry as a whole?
I feel like there's been a lot of changes, especially since Rihanna started her businesses. I feel like all the other brands are trying to catch up. Yeah. Like you see, even like Victoria's Secret, have you seen they've started putting plus size models? So I feel like everyone is getting the gist now. So we just need more of it. Yeah, we do. Know?
It's just, I think it's just a bit like annoying sometimes that it's like they're just copying rather than, I guess,
I know they don't really care.
Yeah, they don't really care.
But I still want you to do it.
Exactly. Because also I think a lot of brands do forget that there are communities that they exclude when they're not as inclusive. And a lot of these communities have the money.
Especially like black women.
Yeah.
Like
black women can spend
a lot. I swear it's like $1 billion industry or something, like black women's beauty, fashion, all of that.
Yeah.
I also one thing I will say is like pricing and stuff. I saw a TikTok the other day saying like, I can't remember the brand, but like the foundations, the darker ones were more expensive, and then the lighter shades, they had that at a discount. And I understand that maybe the lighter shades were not selling as much or whatever, but like, come on, just have the same price across the board. Make it, you can do like the maths and make it like an average of the price, you know, and just make it all the same price instead of like, you know, leaving out dark-skinned women.
Exactly, because already
price-wise,
dark-skinned women struggle to find specific foundation colours as well. Because I've seen videos as well, like on YouTube. I used to love this actually, when like specific black creators, like I think her name's Nima Tang, they would like test out different like foundation colours, and it was just interesting how much they had to like really work and mix foundation colours to get their skin tone, just because a lot of foundations weren't like, you know, dark shade or like stopped at like, say for example, I don't know, my skin tone or lighter, and it's like completely forget about people who are even darker than me.
Yeah. That's why Rihanna was really that saving.
Yeah, she was.
She really came and changed the makeup game for life. Did. Like, do you notice now that when people start a makeup line or foundation line, it's a minimum of 40 shades now?
I know, which is crazy.
Amazing. Like,
which is absolutely crazy, because we literally...
we suffered.
We did. And then it's like you then get brands who have been established for a very long time who then like have only just started expanding their shade range, which is crazy.
Yeah. So, well, as long as we get there in the end, you know.
Yeah, exactly. you're quite, like you said, you do quite vulnerable content online, and you share quite a lot of personal stuff. In one of your videos, you opened up about your gastric sleeve surgery. It'd be interesting to know a bit more about what made you want to share that, and how you feel very comfortable enough to, I guess, show that side to your audience.
I don't know how I feel comfortable. I just feel like that's just the relationship I've had with them since I started. So it's like I can't do something so big and not share it with them, especially because I have a lot of young viewers, and I don't want them to look at me and be like, oh, maybe she lost weight like a natural way or whatever, or like I'm not good enough, like because I can't do it. Because I really struggled with like my like weight loss journey. Like I tried so many different things and I just felt like I couldn't do it. And when I was like falling into depression deeper, and I just felt like my health was getting like out of control, that's when I was like, no, I need to do something about this. And that's why I did it. Like I see a couple of other YouTubers, like they will do something like a gastric sleeve and then they'll start selling weight loss guides and things like that. I don't ever want to be like that. So I feel like I had to be upfront so that, like they knew. You have to know.
Yeah, and I guess it's an education piece as well, because I think there's so many different, I guess, procedures or like journeys that people take, but not everyone really understands the difference between them and what each actually entails. Yeah,
before I did mine as well, I thought that it was this like, life or death thing, and it was so, obviously there's risk involved in any surgery, but I thought it was just like this thing that, you could just fall, like just die on the table or whatever. Like, so when I did my research, I was like, oh my God, wow, so it's not even that deep. Again, I know surgery is still like very, risky or whatever, but it wasn't as like of a big thing I thought it was, and it saved my life, my mental health, everything. So I was like, I've got to share this. And I wish I vlogged the whole experience.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. But I mean, I understand as well. Did you ever feel, because a lot of your content is centered around inclusivity and different body shapes and sizes, did you ever feel a bit like
a traitor?
I didn't want to say it, but
No, I said that as well to my followers. Like, I wish I was able to do it the natural way, but it's like you know yourself. If you know that you have it in you to do it the natural way, obviously go on ahead and do that. But I feel like where I was in that pit, I just feel like I just couldn't do it. But now, obviously it's been 4 years and I've been maintaining like the way, if I gain a couple of pounds or whatever, I feel like it's easier now for me to control because of all the things I learned from the gastric sleeve. Like it was a tool that has literally changed my relationship to food, like to working out, my lifestyle forever, so look, I felt a little bit like a traitor. I was just like, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And at least you were open about it, and you just you didn't just come back and be like, I'm here and act like nothing happened. So.
And they really thought I lost the weight naturally, like that was the comments were like, we were waiting for a weight loss guide. Sorry.
No, it's good to be open and vulnerable, but you share quite a lot about your personal life, it's your daughter, your relationship as well, your relationships as well. Do you ever sort of, I guess, not regret, but like just kind of wish that you didn't share as much as you do?
No, because I don't share anything like whilst I'm going through it. Like I make sure that I'm like through the hardest parts and I'm like, I've overcome it and I'm happy to talk about it. So I don't do it. I feel like before, when I was part of the Patrons and our like trio, I feel like we would share things whilst we were going through it, and that just made it worse and made us stay like in a low place for longer. But once I'm over something and I share it, I really don't care. Like you can say whatever comment you want, it's not going to affect me.
And I think sometimes, I mean, I'm not a creator, but like I think seeing like how your audience responds to things, like saying like I've been going through a similar thing, I feel like I can imagine that being quite like, okay, I'm glad I did share it.
Like I get DMs like I didn't want to comment publicly, but I'm going through the same thing, and thank you for like sharing. And I'm just like, this is what I do. Because like a lot of us are going through things behind closed doors, and we just see everyone on social media as going through perfect lives. Like no one shares. You like some of the people that DM'd me as well, like even after, like no shade, well, you're still pretending that everything is perfect in your life. And it's like, you're human, you're allowed to go through things, you're allowed to hit rock bottom. The only way is up from there, like, life is a roller coaster, you're not always going to be up. So
I like that. I'm not always going to be up.
No.
So kind of talking a bit about, your daughter, and your audience are very much aware that you have a daughter, but you don't show her online.
No.
Can you talk a bit more about that? Because I think it's really interesting, especially in the social media age, how, you know, we have mum influencers, we have, you know, family vloggers and stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like there's this expectation to, when you're already opening up about something, other things in your life, that you should open up about and share other parts of your life when, you know, you need to set boundaries.
Yeah, that is a hard boundary, because I just feel like she hasn't given me the permission to post her on YouTube and make money from YouTube. I don't think it's ethical to have babies on that big platform. There's a lot of creeps out there, so you have to protect your babies, and that's just my stance on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever show her in content in the future?
If she was like 18 and she understands what social media is, like obviously I would have taught her all of that growing up. So yeah, she has to be an adult and she has to consent to it, and then I'll be more than happy to show her and do content with her.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, not that you struggle, but like, you know, you manage quite a lot with like your, you know, career, being a mum, like do you ever, like how do you manage to sort of navigate that journey and, you know, creating content online, but then also like
being a mum,
being a mum, and then
it's
not
so
being able
hard,
to
I
show
can't lie.
that side of you as well?
Yeah, I wish I could. I'm like considering doing like a day in the lives of being a mum, whatever, but just not showing her, just showing the things that I do, like the non-glamorous things I do in a day. Yeah, it's actually hard, but I'm so blessed that I've got help. Like my mum is like so helpful. So that is like my saving grace, because I see my friends that have kids and they also do content and stuff, and they really, really struggle. Yeah. Like their mental health struggles as well. So yeah, if you can get help, get help, because it's not easy, can't lie. And I only have one.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So you kind of, you know, you've obviously worked with like a lot of brands, especially with, you know, doing the size versus size. I kind of want to go a bit back on that. With the content that you create with like Fashion Nova and PLT, have a lot of them been sponsored, or has it just been very organic? Okay.
No, even the last couple I've done non-sponsored, but the individual ones that I've done are sponsored. So it's just a mix.
Right.
So I will actually order like from a lot of brands. Like I've ordered from Zara, different ones. I can't think of them all from the top of my head, but I'll work with them and I order. So, and they don't mind us being honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's been their response when you've been very critical?
They're fine with it. Like, yeah.
Wow.
Because people are still going to order regardless, you know? And something's going to look good on me. It might not look good on another size. You know, something's going to look good on another size. Might not look good on me. So it's just...
Yeah. And sometimes it does benefit them as well when, you know, an outfit looks like, you know... I know I've seen a video where there were 4 different sizes, and it's like there was an outfit in particular. I think it was like this pink orange dress, and it looked good on every size, and it was really.
Was it the Shein?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one looked really good. Yeah,
it would look really good. So yeah, that would in that sense benefit them, because then it's showing that, you know, they are inclusive.
Like Boohoo as well. They actually improved a lot after like our first collaboration with them, because we were honest. We said you have to let us be honest, and the next time that we got a batch of clothes, it was like, wow, like the sizing's actually better.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Because also, I remember when PLT partnered with Nella Rose. It was PLT, right?
Yeah, PLT,
Yeah, and it was a very much like kind of inclusive first collection. And I think that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that, which was amazing to see. So how does it feel to, like, you know that you kind of contributed to that a little bit?
Amazing. It does, yeah. It feels really good. I can't lie.
So I saw recently that you went to Kenya with YouTube. How was
that was amazing. Like getting to connect with other creators from different countries. Yeah. Like once in a lifetime experience, definitely.
Yeah, it looked really, really cool.
It was so good.
Were there like a lot of Black British creators? Because it was for YouTube Black, right?
Yeah. There was a lot from the US. Like my favorite creators were from South Africa.
Oh, cool.
So humble, so creative, like such like a diverse bunch.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. How do you feel? I think YouTube, when we think of YouTube as a platform compared to the others, have really catered to not only their creators, but specifically their Black creators. How do you feel actually being a Black creator and also being part of YouTube Black and all of that?
I feel really blessed, because like you said, they really do cater to us. They help us out. Like, it's like they're on speed dial. Like if you need anything, they're literally there to help you with your content. your mental health, anything.
Oh, wow.
They're really good, yeah.
What are some of the specific things that they do to like work with like you like as creator?
I mean, you can book like meetings to go see like your partner manager at Google. They go through like your channel. They tell you what's doing well, what you need to work on, like whatever help you need, they're there. Or if you just need to talk, like you even go, some people even go out with their partner managers or go on holidays with them. Like, nice. I'm not saying you to pay for it, but like you actually build friendships with these people.
Yeah.
They genuinely care about us, and that is like, that's why I'm mostly on YouTube.
Yeah,
because I feel like they invest the most in us.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to like work for them. Do you know what I mean? But I haven't seen that from other platforms. Even creators that are really big on those platforms, they say that YouTube is the most like they really care about their creators and they really want to give back to us.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I think YouTube do a lot of investment in specific, especially like underrepresented groups as well. I know that TikTok is working with black creators and they're trying. But I guess, I don't know, YouTube's been in the game longer.
For longer, yeah.
So.
And taking a lot of critique, and they've taken it on board, and you can just see that they're implementing all of that. So
yeah. So in addition to, you know, obviously the way that YouTube treats you, is there any other sort of reason as to why YouTube is sort of like your main platform and why you kind of stick to YouTube?
I mean, I think it's because I've been on it for the longest as well. Like since almost a decade, So I just feel like I'm used to it. I know how to use it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I do want to post more on other platforms. Hopefully that's my 2024. My 2024 goal. I will try.
Yeah, I mean you're killing it on Instagram as well.
Do you think?
Yeah, I saw that you do like comedy skits too and stuff. It's a bit more like, you know, you do like fashion, get ready with me, but then also I feel like you're being a bit more like creative and like having a bit more fun. Which is nice.
I'm trying to have more fun.
So I don't know, maybe TikTok might be in the cards for 2024.
Yeah, they actually invited me to their Christmas party, so I'm thinking of like just talking to a couple of the creators there and just seeing, you know, if I can collaborate with some people.
Yeah.
Get to know TikTok a bit better. See.
How do you feel about like the creator community, especially like the black creator community? Because I feel like because we're such a small community in general in the UK, creators who are black, I find have like, from what I see, like this really solid community and network where they're always like vibing and talking and sharing tips and stuff. Do you feel like you have that? And also, do you feel like a lot of people come to you for like advice because you have been in the game quite like longer than a lot of creators?
Not really come to me for advice unless it's like a friend of a friend that knows that I do YouTube. People don't really like, they don't ask me for advice, but we do have a like strong community. We have like group chats and stuff where we like share tips with each other, like what's going on, like on different platforms, not just YouTube. So it is like tight community. But then there's the little cliques as well, like the little close, But in general, people are willing to help out each other. I just wish that people would, like a podcast like this, I think is really helpful. I wish people would be more willing to talk about it more openly as well, to help people that are just starting out, so that, you know, they know it's not as difficult. Obviously it's hard work, but it's not as difficult as it seems to get into. Yeah.
So what advice would you, if you could, give to someone who's just starting out, trying to figure things out?
I would say like try different like types of content. Don't pick a niche straight away unless you know that you're going to be really good at it and you know people are going to want to see it. But how are you going to know that until you start your channel, you know? Yeah. But I would say, try different things, and then whatever it is that people gravitate to on your channel, that should be your niche, and like you need to rinse and repeat that as much as you can.
Yeah. And what would you say is, or who would you say is one of like the best or top brands that you've worked with?
Top brands? I would say Pretty Little Thing.
Really?
I really like working with them.
Okay.
And because I actually shop with them all the time as well.
So it's very natural.
Yeah.
Is there like a dream brand that you would like to work with?
Oh my God, it used to be Starbucks, but because I used to get to Starbucks all the time. What dream brand did I want to work with now? My dream would be to have, I'm sorry to keep talking about Pretty Little Thing. My dream would be to have a collection with Pretty Little Thing one day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
I don't have like a dream brand to work with because I feel like I've worked with all the ones that were on my list.
Right.
But if I was to get a collection with them, that would be like, amazing.
Okay. If you could start your own brand, what route would you go? Like, what kind of brand would you want to have for yourself?
I would want to have like a basic. I've thought about this before. I wanted to actually do it, but when you have a kid, it's just no time. But I'd want to have like basics because I wear a lot of like sets. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not skims because they do a lot, but I mean like the basics of it, like just things that you can wear and look nice around the house as a mom, running errands, things like that. Yeah. And I was actually going to call it basics.
I mean, that would have been a really cool name.
Business idea.
I mean, I get what you mean. It's like having those staples because I don't know, a lot of people, maybe it's died down, but there was a lot of conversation about having a capsule collection and building a capsule collection. Yeah. So I guess having basics.
Yeah. But for us, like, kind of, I know I do like fashion videos, but I'm very basic when it comes to like my everyday wear. I just want to put something on and go, and I want to still look nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Is there any other, like, if you weren't doing YouTube, if you weren't doing fashion, is there any other career route that you would want to go into?
Yeah, I would be like a estate agent.
Ooh, okay. Different.
and do like property.
Oh, nice.
Like on the side, yeah.
How come?
I just love like, you know, those renovation stuff. Yeah. I love watching it. One day I want to do it by God's grace.
Does that mean we're going to get a house vlog soon?
By God's grace.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favourite pieces of content to watch.
Yeah, me too. I love it. Like, I love seeing how it looked run down before and then them talking you through everything that they want to do, them actually getting to do it. I love that. Yeah. Like Patricia Bright, when she's done a couple of those videos, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's just also really interesting to see how, you know, someone that starts off online and then is able to build, you know, multiple businesses offline and sort of juggle both. So what has been, aside from PLT, because I know you've worked with a range of brands, what has been some of, like, I guess the more positive and best experiences that you've had with like any brand that you have worked with previously?
The best has to be Karma. I don't know if you know Karma. Yeah, I feel like they gave amazing feedback. They really showed me how to like do integrations and, you know, really put things into my own words. I don't know how to articulate that, but usually when you're working with a brand, they give you like a brief, and some of them put like a script. I don't like having to like do a script or whatever, so they really took my feedback well and like taught me, you know, how to do things in my own way. And I really like how like they give feedback.
Yeah, I think
they're
that's
amazing
really
brand to work with. Yeah.
I think because we had a panel yesterday and we spoke to some creators and they were talking about one thing that they want to see brands doing more in 2024 is like having feedback sessions so that they know what they've done right, where they went well, and also like if they do work with a brand again in the future, just kind of knowing, you know, from both parties what is expected and how they can have a really good, strong relationship. So.
I feel like what I'm really good at as well is actually asking straight up, like, you know, how like the partnership went, anything I could improve on, things like that. And even as I'm doing the partnership with them, I like to communicate a lot. There's always like a long thread of emails. So I just feel like, yeah, just ask whatever you want to ask these brands and get your feedback. Force it out of them.
I think that's good. I think a lot more creators should do that. And so, you know, asking for feedback, having that communication, and then also, I guess, from the brand side, allowing creators that freedom and that flexibility.
Yeah, freedom of creativity, very important. Because creators know their audience. You don't. You just know your product. And if I like your product, just let me be creative in the way that I showcase it to my audience. Because they can tell if I'm going to be phony. Like, they're going to be able to tell. Yeah. So, yeah.
And then out of all the brands that you work with, do you lean more to ones that align with, like, you know, like fashion, beauty, lifestyle, or have you worked with a brand that, I mean, I guess your audience would be a bit like, oh, that's a bit random, but obviously you managed to integrate it really well.
Yeah. We worked with Oxy Shred. Like, we put them in the beginning of a haul, and that was like hard to incorporate, but yeah, we managed to do it.
No, that's great.
And it was like, but the drinks were really nice, I can't lie. They were really nice.
There you go, it was authentic.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely really good. I think some brands can be a bit nervous about working with creators who don't you wouldn't first think to work with, but actually what we're seeing is it inspires a bit of creativity, which is fun and different. And also that's how you're going to engage different audiences.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's cool. Cool. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you want to watch any more, please subscribe and feel free to check out our other episodes with creators like Lucy Moon, Morley Marsh, David Larby, and enjoy.